Happy Friday, everybody. About 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, trying to get everything going in the office. So, I am going through a deal right now with a first time home buyer. And basically, let me go ahead and fix this. There we go. See me a little better. So, basically, they've been a little bit worried about putting the earnest money in. We go ahead, we put the contract out, and it gets accepted. But they're like, well, what happens if the inspection doesn't go through? What happens if the appraisal's low? So, you get kind of worried. So, my reason for this video is to go through contingencies and basically how earnest money works very briefly. One, what earnest money is showing is that you're vested in the contract. It is just simply there to make sure that you follow the contract. Basically, you can't just jump up and cancel for no reason. However, you do have three major contingencies. One being your due diligence contingency. Traditionally in my contracts, I write them up for about 10 days. You have an appraisal contingency. In my contract, I traditionally write them up for 15 days. And then third of all, you have a loan contingency. That's normally about 20 days. So during this time, you have your right basically to get all of these concerns you have figured out. And if you don't get them figured out, you can basically cancel and get your earnest money returned. However, they have to be for reasons that we just suggested. So basically, one, during your due diligence, actually, you can pretty much cancel for no reason if you don't like it. So if you get the home inspected and there's some major concerns like the air conditioner's broken and the seller doesn't want to fix it, then basically you would have the right to cancel and get your earnest money back. Two, your appraisal contingency. Quick, briefly, you buy a home for $200,000. Appraisal comes in at $195,000. The seller doesn't want to lower the price. Basically, you can go ahead and say, I'm not paying $5,000 above appraised value. I'm going to cancel, and you can get your earnest money deposit back. Third is your loan contingency. That is basically a time for your loan officer to start handling your loan, going through the process, collecting all paperwork, and make sure that they can ensure that this loan's going to be done. And if it can't be done, normally sometime around the 19th, 20th day when this contingency is going to end, they'll provide a letter that you can then give to title that shows that this loan cannot be processed, and they will return your earnest money. So just make sure you hire a good realtor that's all over these contingencies and explaining things to you so that way you know your money's safe. That's really it. So don't worry about the earnest money. Get it in there, get it vested, and make the next step onto your beautiful next home. Thank you. Bye.